Hi, welcome from Shanksville, Pennsylvania. So I'm here in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and this small town was put on the map, unfortunately, on September 11th, 2001, when Flight 93 was hijacked by terrorists, and then the passengers of the flight took the flight back over, and the flight crashed into the fields here in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Um, so I'm at the Flight 93 National Monument a memorial. And essentially, I've been here about 10 years ago. It's a really great, really sad place, but you need to keep remembering 2011 and the events on September 11th. And this place helps you do this. It helps you remember those brave passengers of Flight 93 who banded together and potentially saved a further terrorist attack. To the Pentagon or where the flight was headed. The memorial here is easy to get to. It's from the Pennsylvania Turnpike. It's all right off of Route 30, the Lincoln Highway, and it's also about 10 miles off the Somerset exit of the Pennsylvania Turnpike. So I'm here at the center. There's also a memorial further down where you can see where the flight crashed, which is very sad. The thing I remember that was the saddest here, obviously seeing where the flight crashed was very sad, but also in the visitor center here, they have, because the passengers took back over and they knew, a lot of them called their loved ones right before and left voicemails or messages, basically telling them goodbye and that they love them. And that is so sad to hear. They have a lot of those recordings, and that you can listen to, and it's just heartbreaking. But these people really gave their own lives to protect, the rest of the United States. And the fact that we're honoring here Shanksville, PA, as you can see behind me, it's beautiful. And this has just become a great memorial to those that sacrificed their lives. So I'm going to go in. I definitely recommend you visit this. I've also been to since I've been here the last time, I've been to the 9/11 Memorial in New York, and the museum, which is fantastically done. This one is just, I feel like it has a special, thing to it just because, um, it's only like 2 hours from where I live, but also the fact that these people fought against the terrorist movement and the hijackers and took over the plane. There's just something special about remembering these people from Flight 93. So I'm going to go in and check out the visitor center and probably get ready for I will be crying when I leave here. Welcome to the Adams Family Travelers. Join us as we use our vacation days to travel around as much as we can, and enjoy exploring the world. Make sure you join us on our adventures, especially our adventures traveling through our home state of Pennsylvania. So back there is the Western Overlook Trail, which is a 0.7 mile trail that gets you to the Wall of Names, which is a memorial area. You can also drive down there as well. And on the path to the visitor center here, there's a timeline of what kind of happened that day and when each flight, hit. And then there's like an opening you can see behind me. There's an opening between the walls. Then you go into the visitor center. From what I remember, this is just really well done. So I just finished the visitor center. It's a small but mighty visitor center. I definitely was in tears when I listened to the phone call. It's so sad, people telling their loved ones that their plane's been hijacked and telling them goodbye. Just incredibly sad. But basically, I had forgotten some of the details that the passengers, from when they were making their phone calls after they were hijacked, they found out about the two planes that crashed into the World Trade Center, and that's when they voted whether to act. And they went in the cockpit, decided to take over the plane, and the hijackers ended up crashing the plane into the ground to avoid it being taken over from the passengers. So just incredible bravery by those people on the plane. The plane was relatively empty. It left from New York that day, but just so sad, but definitely worth worth seeing because this is something that's you need to remember. September 11th, 2001. So outside here, there's an overlook of the name of walls where they have each passenger's name, on the wall, and people, loved ones, can leave tributes to them down there. And I'm gonna hopefully drive down there, but I'm gonna look at the overlook first. And then you can see where the plane crashed into the field in Shanksville. So I'm in Memorial Plaza now, where I drove down, and they have the Wall of Names, and you can see the site where the plane hit. The Wall of Names is just it's just a memorial. There's a stone for each person where family members put tributes, and it's just helps you remember these brave people that sacrificed their lives. So the rock way out there is the symbol, represents where the crash site was. Just crazy, in the middle of a field here. So behind me, here's the Wall of Names, and then this way up there is where the visitor center and overlook are. The Wall of Names just is amazing. It helps us remember those that perished in this attack, especially in Fight 93. It's so important. I mean, obviously, my kids don't remember 9/11. They weren't alive. I was a senior in high school. I watched the attacks that day. I mean, if you were alive, you remember what you were doing when you found out about it. Um, it's just so important that we teach our kids, and just never forget what happened. This memorial is beautiful, and it's so important to remember those whose lives was lost that day. So I definitely recommend you come here. It's a beautiful memorial. House, remember, it's obviously very sad as well. So, and I've been debating, film it, but I think it's important to show you what's here so that you come visit and remember those who gave their lives. So thank you, and just never forget what happened on September 11th, 2001. So behind me there is the Tower of Voices, which is another memorial on the site. And then also I'm at the Flight 93 entrance sign. So I'm exiting, but thank you for watching again, and never forget 9/11.